something that you...
I feel so happy that you both our guys are back together. I never liked going back and forth to each house.
I'm a volcano, he's a tornado.
I wanted to be with all my family. I didn't want to spend 3 days with my dad. Like, it was basically a limit.
Hi everybody, what's going on? Hi, thank you so much for being here. Today's a very special vlog. And so what is today, babe?
Today's our first year anniversary back together.
Today is our anniversary. A year back together. Because we're not just trying to get back together. It wasn't just that. It's trying to be a mom and dad being together. Trying to live together. Trying to raise these girls that are also growing at the same time. And also do this whole YouTube thing. You know, this whole social media thing. And we're also going to be hearing from Alexa and Eliana. So you guys are going to get to hear. Because I want to ask them how they feel about this whole reunion after a year. I want to know how they feel about us being back together. We have done more than we have ever done since we got together and we had Alexa and Eliana. We've done a lot this year. It's been crazy.
I think because we have grown. We've definitely grown up to into ourselves, the people that we are, personalities. And it has been a challenge. But I think we have discovered what works for us. I think the first couple of months were really difficult. Now it feels kind of like finally we're at a really good spot. I was just telling him that I was like, the 3 things that have really helped it is 1 is compromise. 2, knowing what battles to pick, what arguments to pick. And 3 is patience. I think I am really guilty of that. I don't have patience. And I've really learned to kind of sit back and really listen instead of talking, like Jorge always says. Listen more, talk less.
In the morning, we actually had a really good breakfast. We went to Troy's, which is a restaurant in Claremont here in San Diego. And it's one of our like old school. That's where we always go. Like it's really nice. It's a really good restaurant.
Yeah, it's been open since 1973. So we've been going there for many, many, many years. I used to go with my mom when she was well, and then we've been going with the kids when I was pregnant, and then we went back to visit our old high school, which is Madison, which was neat. Yeah,
we went to Madison High School. We actually took a picture. The last post was actually a picture of Nancy and I in front of the school, where we hung out more. I've known her since elementary school. There's another question earlier. It was why did we separate in the first place, Miranda?
We were very different, very different.
We had a lot of
not know how to communicate, and we weren't doing it in a very healthy way. And I think the best decision that we could have made was to separate, and because otherwise it was getting way too toxic. And now we're older, we're more mature, we actually know healthy ways to communicate, and it's better for the kids because they don't see that anymore. Unfortunately, Alexa had to witness.
It was a really rough start. We were teen parents. We didn't know what we were doing. I have never lived by myself, so Nancy and I, as soon as I graduated high school, we moved in together. We didn't really have any help either. Nobody really helped us. I didn't know what it was like to be a dad. My dad wasn't around. Nancy's mom was disabled, so we didn't really have a lot of support. So we were kind of just, it was one day at a time. It was really tough, and I was in school, and we just weren't connecting. It was just more like everywhere.
I'm a volcano, he's a tornado. So imagine that. That's a very interesting mix.
Which is deadlier, the volcano or the tornado?
But we actually know how to work together. I think that makes us stronger now because we use our differences to empower us, which is a must in a relationship. I was telling Jorge, I used to always say, we're not compatible. But now I realize that that's what's actually making us work.
Yeah.
Like, he really gets me out of my comfort zone to the max. It's always... And I think I kind of ground him more and keep him more relaxed. I think he's always like so high energy. I'm kind of learning to be like...
We learn to focus on what we are and not focus on what we are not. I think a lot of the times... there's just a lot of anger from all these years. Like, you're not this and you're not that. Compromise. Learning to meet each other halfway. Sometimes I'm a very like prideful man, and so is she's a very proud woman. Es bien orgullosa. So it was very difficult sometimes to like, no, well, we got to do this. No, but you need to do this. No, but you need to do it this way. No, my way is better. We just kind of learned to say, okay, I've learned to say sorry, even though sometimes I didn't do anything wrong. Sometimes you just gotta learn. You gotta pick your battles. That's another one, right? Pick your battles.
I've learned that because I have a quick temper, so I get mad a lot. and I've learned to admit it, and like Jorge says, you know, you need to learn to apologize. So I kind of be like, hey, I'm sorry, I overreacted. I've learned to say that, and it makes a difference, kind of switching it around. And before, we used to get mad for like a week, and now it's like we fix it that day, which is also very healthy. It was just our pride that got a lot in our way.
There's no such thing as a perfect woman, and I learned that, you know, like I learned to love what she is, and I also learned to love what she is not, and I think that made me feel better inside my head, and it made me feel more peaceful. I'm very like, you know, I love like energy, high energy things. Nancy's more like, you know, calm down, Jorge, which is good because he keeps me balanced. Yeah. So I bring out I hope I do. I bring out your silliness, right?
Yeah, he definitely.
And she brings out my Jorge, calm down moment.
Yeah, it's because he wakes up since the moment, like really high energy. He's like up here, and I'm like, no, like,
yeah,
bájate, you know.
Alexa, Eliana, I'm gonna ask you guys now. So, what do you think about mommy and daddy getting back together? Go, you start first, Eliana.
I think that it's good because let me start all again. Sorry. I think that it's awesome because you guys are back together, because if you guys wouldn't be together, then we're gonna have to go to separate houses. But now we don't do that, and I really don't like doing that because we could go back and forth. Now we're in the same house all together, and we're all family.
You get goodnight kisses.
Does it make you happy?
That you guys are back together, because when mommy.
How
did it feel to you when you used to go back and forth?
I felt really sad because you guys had to share, so we had
now you don't get to share us.
Yeah, we had to go back and forth, and I didn't like that. I just like going in one house just together.
Oh,
family.
Yeah.
Do you feel better, healthy? Do you feel happy? Like, is there something that you...
I feel so happy that you both our guys are back together. I never liked going back and forth to each house.
I'm really happy because being the first to witness parents' divorce, I was really, really sad because you guys would be like I saw that you were sad in your house. And that...
There it goes.
That really, really bugged me. Or, like, that really made me sad because I could see and hear that my parents were sad. So, it just makes me really happy that both my parents are back together and they're happy together, because I just want people to be happy. Yes, I may not be one of the most happiest people in the world. I may be that type of person who just wants to be alone sometimes. True.
She's very independent. This is a thing that I learned about Alexa. But like, what do you feel now that you see your mom and dad walking around the same home? You know,
like hugging
I
each
feel
other.
less independent. Before, you know, when you guys broke up, I wanted to be left alone by myself in a room of pit darkness because I was really, really sad.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't really that happy, but now I'm still independent though. But now,
maybe just speak from the heart. You don't have to. Don't think this here. Just don't think too much about it. Just think from your heart.
I am. Just now, thinking about it, that back then it was just really, really anger and just sadness. Because like if they went on a trip together, they would fight, and that would make me really sad. And both Eliana, who's putting her feet on my dad's back, it'd make us really sad. So now that both my parents and my mom and dad are back together, it makes all of us happy. It makes my dad happy. It makes my mom happy. Like, you're a really good couple. You guys make each other laugh. You guys are the yin and yang. And when you guys said we have to get each other halfway, I was like, can you meet me halfway? Right at the border.
Good, Mama.
Yeah.
I'm glad you feel that.
It's just, it makes my heart complete. Because when you guys broke up, it broke my heart. Because I was only like 4 and I had to go back and forth for like 6 years.
It was tough.
It was really tough because it would be like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I got to spend 3 days with my mom a week, and 3 days with my dad a week. And I wanted to be with all my family. I didn't want to spend 3 days with my dad. Like, it was basically a limit where I had to be with both my mom and dad. And I hated that. Because I didn't want 3 days spending with my dad. I didn't want 3 days spending with my mom. Because it was unfair. Because I wanted to hang out with both of you guys. I wanted to have more time to love and cherish you guys. But because I had to keep going back and forth in cars to like this house, to that house, then when she moved to this house, and when he moved to that house, that just made me really, really upset. Because, like I said earlier, it's just, like, you wouldn't want to be being in the car for 6 years just going back and forth to 2 houses. Mm-hmm. I would want to be in one. I would want everything to be happy because it's just not okay that I get to see you guys sad because I end up being sad. I end up being angry. I end up being disappointed. I end up saying it's all my fault that my parents broke up because that's what I thought. I always thought that it was my fault because I was born that my parents and my mom were fighting, that they were divorced because it was all my fault. Mm-hmm. Like, I was just really disappointed in myself. I was like, no, Alex, like, why did I have to do this? But later on, I realized that it was no one's fault.
I see a lot of comments about when is baby number 3 coming. Guys, this is our first year. There's still a lot to heal, a lot to learn. And we have 2 beautiful girls that we need to make sure are well taken care of. And as a mother, I'm so committed that I don't want anything else to taking my attention away from them. And Alexa is 11. She's in a very crucial age where she needs her mom and preteen stuff, and Eliana. So maybe I want to say maybe in 3 years. I don't know how. I'm not gonna say never though, but we need to do it first. And right now we're doing so well. I want us to be in a really good place. Reality Changer fans, what do you guys see that's different in George since I came in the picture? Because I see comments a lot like that. Like how? See a little more mellow? No. I've learned to really watch what words that could be hurtful. And I think that's another thing. You can be honest, but it's not okay to be cruel or hurtful.
Don't be cruel. Don't be cruel. Look.
No! Questions. I see a lot of the baby factor. I already answered it. Maybe in 3 years. You never know. We have 2 kids to prioritize. And I don't know if I can handle a third one.
You have 3
That's
kids.
the truth. I have this one right here.
Yeah.
So.
Reality Changers. Don't forget. Compromise. Focus on what you are and love what you are not. Don't try to change people. Okay? And if you're 17 years old and you're like crazy in love and you're like, this is the one and only, calm down. Because there's a lot of life left. And if it is the person, give them their space, let them have fun, and run and be happy.
Adios, chicos.
Bye!